Assalamualaikum and welcome to our video presentation on high work stress leading to burnout and turnover for MGT548. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Now introducing to you guys our team members. Now we'll start to the meat of the content. We'll start with the 1.0, that is the introduction, then 2.0, the objective, then 3.0, the identification of the issue, then 4.0, that is analysis, and after that we have 5.0, that is solution and recommendation, and finally the conclusion.
Today, I will be presenting the introduction of our article review, which focused on high work stress leading to burnout and turnover. In today's modern working environment, workplace stress has become a common issue faced by employees across many industries. Rapid developments in technology, globalization, and changes in work practice after COVID-19 pandemic has increased job demands and expectations. Occupational stress occurs when work demand exceeds an employee's ability to cope. When this stress continues over a long period, it can lead to burnout, which affect both mental and physical well-being. As a result, employee performance may decline, productivity decrease, and turnover intention becomes higher. Meanwhile, burnout is a state of emotional, mental, and physical exhaustion that reduces employees' motivation, energies, and job satisfaction. It can negatively affect both individual well-being and organization performance. Employees experiencing burnout may become less productive, take more sick leave, and even consider leaving their jobs. Therefore, our objective aims to identify the key factors that cause workplace stress, analyze the relationship between occupational stress and employee performance, examine how sustained workplace stress leads to burnout, and propose effective stress management strategies to help employees and organizations overcome these challenges.
Now we'll be moving on to identification of the issues. This study focuses on employees feeling stress and burnout at the workplace. What is workplace stress? As stated, stress can be defined as a possible response to a shortage of perceived resources to deal with a particular situation at work. Stress faced by employees has many main causes, such as modern changes like globalization, digital technology, and heavy workload. How about burnout? Burnout can be defined as a psychological syndrome that occurs due to chronic work stress that is not managed properly. Burnout has three main dimensions that are emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and reduced self-achievement.
Next, I will explain the analysis of the issue, which focuses on the causes of occupational stress and its impact on employee performance. Occupational stress has become a major issue in today's workplace due to rapid changes in the working environment, including technological advancement, globalization, and the increasing demands placed on employees. According to the articles that we reviewed, occupational stress occurs when the demand of the job exceeds an employee's ability or available resources to cope. If this situation continues over a long period without proper management, it can eventually lead to burnout. Now, I will explain the causes of occupational stress. There are four main causes identified from our article review. The first cause is poor management practices. Employees experience high level of stress when managers fail to provide clear instruction, effective communication, and sufficient support. One of the reviewed studies involving government workers in Malaysia found that ineffective leadership was one of the main contributors to workplace stress. Next, the second cause is a toxic environment. This includes negative workplace behavior, such as aggressive feedbacks, double standards, workplace conflicts, and also social isolation. When employees work in an unhealthy environment, they tend to lose motivation, become less engaged with the organization, and experience greater psychological stress. The third cause is excessive workload. When employees are required to complete too many tasks within limited time or insufficient resources, they often experience mental and physical exhaustion. Several studies found that excessive workload is a strong predictor of occupational stress and eventually contributes to burnout. Finally, a lack of support from supervisors also increases workplace stress. Employees who do not receive guidance, recognition, or emotional support from their supervisors are more likely to feel overwhelmed and unable to cope with their job responsibilities. I've explained the causes of occupational stress. Now, I'm going to explain its impact on employee performance. Occupational stress has several negative effects on employee performance. The first impact is reduced concentration. Employees who experience high level of stress often find it difficult to focus on their work, resulting in more mistakes and reduced efficiency. Secondly, stress contributes to lower work quality because employees become mentally exhausted and are less able to perform their tasks effectively. The third impact is decreased productivity. Research consistently shows that as occupational stress increases, employees become less productive because they are unable to maintain their usual level of performance. Lastly, occupational stress makes it more difficult for employees to achieve organizational goals. When individual performance declines, the overall performance of the organization is also affected, making it harder to achieve targets and maintain competitiveness.
When occupational stress is not being taken off, it will lead to burnout. This could happen in four main ways. Firstly is emotional exhaustion. Employees feel completely drained and tired all the time. And also depersonalization. They start to detach themselves or feel negative about their jobs. And also it will reduce their work performance. Their quality of work drops significantly because they just don't have the energy to perform well.
I'll be presenting the solutions and recommendations for our part of our project, focusing on how we can effectively mitigate employee burnout and workplace stress. To tackle burnout successfully, the primary responsibility lies within the organization itself. We can break this down into four critical areas. First, upgrading management practices. Companies must provide robust leadership and communication training to supervisors to close the gap between the bosses and their staff. Additionally, when delegating tasks, manager needs to provide clear job descriptions and goals to eliminate any role ambiguity. Second, establish mental health support system. This includes offering regular psychological counseling sessions and structured mentoring program, especially to support younger or newer employees who face higher stress levels. Concurrently, organizations must cultivate a culture that discourages self-endangering behaviors such as working while sick. Third, optimizing workloads and work regimes. Based on recent research, introducing a hybrid work model provides a flexibility employees need while preventing social isolations. For high-pressure environments, companies must evaluate workloads, maintain safe staffing ratios, and limit consecutive night shift to a maximum of 3 to ensure adequate psychological rest. We can also introduce intelligent automation tools to eliminate mundane or repetitive tasks. And fourth, enhancing job security and financial benefits. Providing a stable employment policy and offering subsidies or compensation for high-stress roles directly boosts job satisfaction and mental well-being. However, resolving workplace burnout is not solely an institutional burden. Employees themselves must also take a proactive approach. As individuals, workers are advised to plan and organize their tasks ahead to avoid last-minute panic. Cultivating a constructive, positive mindset is also key to staying composed during difficult situations. Lastly, employees must establish healthy work-life boundaries by dedicating time to leisure and recreational activities. In conclusion, managing workplace stress must be treated as a shared responsibility between the organizations and the workforce. When a company provides robust mental health support, flexible work arrangement, and job security, it creates a sustainable ecosystem. The ultimate outcome is a win-win situation, as a significant reduction in sick leave, enhanced employee performance, and a happy workforce that guarantees long-term corporate success.
So, for conclusion, we have identified that stress is a major problem in almost every job, from nursing to construction economy. If stress is not managed, it will lead to burnout, making workers feel empty, tired, and ready to quit. High stress hurt performance, cause more mistakes, and cost organization a lot of money. Also, better management is the best solution. Bosses should give a clear goals and direct support for their workers. Companies also should provide mental health support, flexible work, and fair financial benefit. And mental health is a basic human right that helps everyone stay productive and happy at work. And lastly, when organization and employees work together, it creates a more successful and stable future for the organization.